What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Cigar Talk Lounge. In the Cigar Talk Lounge, we talk about entrepreneurship, leadership, social economics, and self-improvement. But today on this show, I'm going to be talking about something a little different. I want to talk about the 10 signs of jealousy. And I'm sure that we all deal with or have experienced people around us that was close to us, that we consider friends or close family, that displayed these signs of jealousy. And sometimes you may not be aware of it because in that moment, like, I mean, you value the friendship so much that you really kind of look over some of these things. But we're gonna get right into it. So I'm gonna start with number one. Number one, wanting to do everything you do. Now, I'm going to give an example of what I'm talking about or what I've experienced. Somebody wanting to do everything you do. So one of my endeavors was to start a car wash business. And this so-called buddy started mapping out or started writing down the business plan and then just kind of presented to me what we gonna do. And I said, well, I already got the equipment. Why would I partnership with you? I mean, I could hire you, but I can't partnership with you. It don't make sense. So the second endeavor, I started a moving company. And at the time, I was just talking about starting a moving company. It was a business in motion. And so they just started running around telling people that we have a moving company. And I'm like, you have not invested in anything. Why would I start that endeavor with you? It don't make sense. But the third endeavor was to start a podcast. So I said, well, I can bring you in on this because it's a low startup. The cost of the startup is pretty low, so you know we could work something out with that. Started the podcast, started investing in equipment, but this friend didn't really have the same passion. And you could tell it wasn't a passion. It's just want to do what I do, you know. Just want to, I'm like, do you just want to be me? I guess, I don't know. Just so envious. And that's really like, that was it for me, you know, because those signs, sometimes people can be envious of you and they may not cause you any harm, but you never know. Sometimes envy can drive a person to the edge, and they'll go and they may do some things they never planned or intended to do. So you got to be careful with that. Number two, avoiding giving you a compliment and also disliking when someone compliments you. So this experience I had, you know, I like to rock the peacoats in the wintertime. And I don't really see many people rocking the peacoat. So I had like the long jump. And so you know how if you got a friend that or somebody that you close to, y'all stepping out, you hang out together. I mean, I consider you a friend if I'm hanging out with you. And a lot of times we'll look for validation from our friend. You know, we just add, you may just add, man, what you think about this? Oh, that junk fly. Or you know, you lit. Or whatever the case may be. But this one particular time, you know, I throw on the peacoat, And I was really trying to avoid the conversation with somebody else, and I asked him, what you think about this? And I got a really, really dry answer. But after we got out of that group setting, I just let him know. I said, I really don't care about what you think about it. I could tell how you responded. You know, I can tell that it was a little jealousy. I didn't really say that to him, but I just told him it didn't really matter. I was just trying to avoid the conversation. So later on, when we went out, we hooked up with a couple of females, and his female complimented me. She said, I love that coat. But let him tell it. It was somebody else that complimented me. It wasn't his girl. Yeah, that was your girl.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to get to number 3. Every time you done something, they say that they have done it, or they know somebody that done it, or I'm going to say they done it. Now this I dealt with personally, but this was with a relative. Like I say, man, you know, I'm getting ready to, cause I'm always talking about business endeavors, but I was just talking about starting pressure washer business. This was with a relative, and he was like, oh man, I swear to God, cuz I was thinking about doing that. I was just talking about that just last week. And the last time we spoke, he asked me how I was doing, and I told him, I said everything been going smooth. You know, I told him I started a trucking company, and I just kind of been focused on that. You know, just sharing my endeavors with him, and you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, you know, I work for so and so uncle. So and so was a celebrity, a local celebrity. Say, I work for so and so uncle. And that was to kind of let me know that, hey, I'm doing good in life too. But my thing is, if you're doing good in life, like, I applaud that. I want to see you do good in life. But if you ask me how I'm doing, and I share my my joy with you, like, just let me celebrate my moment, and that don't take away from what you got going on in life. Like, you don't have to compete with me. I'm not competing with you by no means. Like, that's just not, I don't rock like that. So I think that's a sign of jealousy. Like, every time you doing something, they gotta be doing it. Anyway, so number 4, dating someone or talking to someone that you've talked to or dated in the past. Now, this is a buddy. One day he popped up on me, and I think we hadn't kicked it in a couple of weeks, and he was telling me, yeah, you know, I talked to so-and-so. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. He said, I hope that you don't mind if, you know, if we do get serious or whatever. I'm like, I don't really care. Because in reality, I really only had a thing for, like, back in the day, like years ago. So it wasn't important to me. But my thing is, I would never pursue somebody that a friend of mine or somebody I'm close to talk to, because it's so many women in the world. Like why would I want somebody that you had or expressed interest in? And one day we was at this little club we hang out at, and he was talking to like 2 chicks that worked there. It's rare that I find somebody that I'm interested in, but when I do, I don't just go in for it. I have to wait for it, man. I have to observe this person and, you know, see how they behave. You know, just gotta see if that's my speed. So anyway, make a long story short, we go in there one night, and she was in there, and before I even saw her, he at the bar talking to her.
Broke up with my boyfriend.
And exchanged information, and I'm like, okay, so, but he don't think I see, so I'm like, okay, so that's just how he get down. But that don't really it don't bother me, because I don't know the female, but it's the principle of the fact that if I express my interest in somebody, it should be off limits to you. Like, why would you want to talk to somebody that I'm interested in? Always want to talk to or date somebody that I'm dating. Jealousy. Number 5, downplaying your accomplishments. People will act like they are happy for you, but in reality, it be so much jealousy and envy that I don't really understand it, because my thing is, so when I say downplaying your accomplishments, I started so I do have a trucking company. That's why I keep talking about or referencing the trucking company, because it's one of the biggest highlights of my life. And so with starting it, this same guy, talking about oh well, yeah, well, you know, I'm about to become an owner operator, I'm gonna do this and that and this and that, and you know, just kind of like downplaying what I got going. Like, you know, it take a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of strategizing, research. It takes so much to put into that. I didn't do that just to become a fleet owner. So when I say downplaying my endeavors, we be hanging out and we try to talk to girls and say, oh yeah, me and him, we own the operators. We own the operators. No, I'm a fleet owner. You're not an owner operator. You know, it's just that right there. Just that's one sign of that's another sign of jealousy. But that is a display of downplaying what I have going on. Now, number 6, giving somebody advice and then they act like you never said anything. Or I'm gonna say this: you give them advice, and then they'll go and get advice from someone else, and it could be similar, and they come back to you and tell you about the advice that they received from somebody else, as if it's the first time they ever heard it. I feel like I'm gonna take advice from you. I please give your advice. I'm gonna give mine. 2 heads are better than one. I think two great people who have a heart into the same thing can accomplish so much in life. But that's how I downplay is black people. Now I know there may be other ethnicities watching this, and I can't really speak for other ethnicities, but I have seen different ethnicities build things together, and I think that's why people are so much further ahead than us as black people, because we always want to be the leader, don't know how to lead. You don't even know the first thing of leading, but you just want to be a boss. Don't nobody care about the title of a boss. Not real bosses. Let's work together and build something. We could build a nation together, but I think people ego keep them from being able to do that. But anyway, if I give you advice, it's not to say that I'm better or I know more than you. I'm just giving advice because it's something that can help us to grow as a unit. But anyway, number 7. This is, I think this is common for most people. You know how people put you in a certain category? They'll label you as one thing, like whether you a prep or you've been known to be like a gangster or reckless in the street. Like, people just put that label on you, you know, what they know you for. For me, people have called me prep. They say I'm a prep. They say I'm like uppity, stuck up. People used to say I was stuck up. I'm like, I don't really understand where people get that from, because I'm the same person. I could jump. Let's say I could wear a suit today, and tomorrow I'll be sliding under a car to fix on something. You know, fix brakes, oil change, starter. I can do a few things with cars, but to say that you know, you're a prep, I can only see you with a suit on in front of a camera. That's a sign of jealousy to me, because like, I don't put myself above nobody. I am who I am, you know, and I rock my hair funky one day, and I might have it neat one day. Like I said, I might have on a suit, I might be sliding under a car. So I'm not one thing. I don't think nobody is one thing, and you shouldn't be one thing, you know. Yeah. So number 8, people that try to belittle you in front of a group of people or on social media. So me, I'm not a big social media person. Well, at least not with live. Like, I like to use my social media for promoting my business, and I really use it for business. But I mean, and there are some things that I've experienced in my life that I like to share with my family and my loved ones. But anyway, I was on live, and I had a person tell me that basically I was slow. They used this code 5150, just really trying to get a laugh off people. But you know, I'm not slow. Highly intelligent. We have conversations we used to have conversations on a regular basis. So if you talking to someone that is not so intelligent, why would you talk to me? But later on down the road, once I did start my company, this person sought out to be exactly who I am. So if you think I'm slow, why would you follow my lead? Anyway, that's one. Number 9, talking behind your back. Now, I'm gonna make this one short and sweet. Sometimes, well, of course, people gonna talk behind your back, but when you're dealing with somebody that's close to you and you consider a friend, if it's a relative or just a friend, I'm not gonna go and talk about my friends behind their back, especially not to a group of females. But the catch to that is, when my buddy went talking behind my back to these women, just really trying to gain some cool points or whatever. I don't know. It just really let me know how jealous of me that this person was. So one of the girls slid back and said, "Yeah, you know, boy was talking down on you," and we like, "Why you talking down on him? You know, that's supposed to be your guy." So she was like, I was confused. Like, it confuses you. But when you when you solid, and people know you solid, they really ain't gonna respect that you sitting talking about your buddy behind his back, because they already know the drill. You looking for some cool points. But yeah. So anyway, number 10. Last but not least, I don't even know if this can fall in the category of jealousy or just this some hating ass shit. So when have you ever been invited to a event as a special guest, but you were left off the special guest list? So I'm gonna dig into that. I was invited to a party. I was invited ahead of schedule to help prep. The only person invited ahead of schedule to help prep. And this nigga tell me, oh yeah, I cooked 6 steaks and I forgot about your ass. You cooked 6 steaks, but you forgot about me. Well, first off, I don't eat steak. So thanks, but no thanks. And number 2, I really didn't care to come to this party. I only came because I was invited. And sometimes I try to be a little sociable because I'm very antisocial. Very antisocial. I'm an introvert, and I got a really small circle. So if I consider you my friend, I'm gonna put forward that effort. So like I said, I really didn't even care to be there. So that's a good way to ruin the friendship, because and then that same night, so-called friend just avoided me the whole night or the whole time I was there. And that let me know, dealing with people like that, you never know their intentions, because sometimes when you're dealing with a person that's envious, they could probably be a harmless person, but that emotion, envy, is a really, really, really strong emotion, and it'll push some people to a point, and it'll push them to do something that they would never imagine doing themselves. So you really have to be careful of that. Be mindful of that. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who you're dealing with at all times. Family, friends, whatever. I don't care about hurting your feelings or being solid with you. I'm going to be real with you. If I peep your bullshit, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to call you out on it. And I encourage you guys to do the exact same thing. And if you one of the jealous hearted hating motherfuckers, straighten up. That's all I got to say. Straighten up. Because I know everybody that's watching this is not, everybody that's watching this is not the person that actually deals with the jealousy. You probably one of them. But hopefully you are not. I hope you like this content. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'm going to give you more content. And like I said, normally I talk about entrepreneurship. I could teach you about getting into the trucking company or the trucking business. We talk about ATM business. I don't do ATM. I got a friend that does ATM. And basically what my podcast is to bring entrepreneurs in and give them a platform to be able to sell their products or advertise their business. And if you're looking to advertise your business, I have an email. You could email me. It's in the link in my bio. It is Cigar Talk Lounge podcast, or no, it's Cigar Talk Lounge @gmail.com. Cigar Talk Lounge @gmail.com. Hit me up on there and let me know if you want to do an interview, and you can market your business. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Whoa.